The left foot of Yamal. And we'll work it short. Here is Lamine Yamal. That little drop of the shoulder is devastating. And Austria able to deal with that latest Yamal threat.
Well, you can't just stick the leg out. He's too quick, too sharp. Sabitzer doing well still to stick to his task.
Hungry possession, won back yet again by Spain. Scored down the throat of the grateful Schlager.
Well, he'll be disappointed on his favoured left foot, looking to pass it into the corner really. Too central, inside Yamal, the other side, who was desperate for the pass.
So many stats around a World Cup. Here's one of the most amazing ones. Since winning the World Cup last, none of Italy, 2006 winners, Spain, 2010 winners, or Germany, winners in 2014. Between them, they've not won a single World Cup knockout match. Had to have several rereads of that particular stat, but there it is. Spain looking to end their run. The victory here to take them through to possibly, certainly if they do prevail, that last 16 affair against either Portugal or Croatia, who meet later today. Baena. Of course, Italy haven't been at the World Cup finals for the last 3 editions now. That is quite an unwanted record for them. And Germany failed to get past Paraguay in their round of 32 tie here. First corner of the second half goes to Spain.
Well, I think Austria know that they're going to have to do a lot of defending, but surely with those changes he wants a little bit more Ranić of his side going forwards to get back into this. Delivery intended to arc this in towards Schlager underneath his crossbar. Will they do the same?
Atletico Madrid's Alex Baena will deliver this corner. Header from Oyarzabal, travels harmlessly wide.
Well, I actually think that was meant for Olmo. Oyarzabal saw the flight of it, tried to head it towards goal, but this is actually meant, I think, for Olmo behind him, who's coming in, because that's a difficult header.
Spain once again make it difficult for Austria to get out. Now Daniel will lead with these positions. The referee right up with the play, says no free kick Spain. Austria give the ball away so cheaply. Can't do that with this man around. Dani Olmo takes the dive. Not suggesting it was a dive, but the tumble to the ground, and early moments for Austria there. Baena, Guerrero in support. Early moments of the second half, following a similar pattern to much of what we saw in that opening period. Spain possession and territory. Cucurella.
I think the footballing brains of this Austrian team, you can feel almost working overtime to try and fill the gaps. And so good Spain at bamboozling you with their possession and short passing, and little triangles, and then finding the spare player.
Rodri. Deflection, corner.
Well, it really caused Schlager some issues, this deflection off Grilic, spinning away from the goalkeeper, nearly into the corner. Danso looked a little bit of a push, but was definitely too strong for Olmo.
Another Baena corner for Spain, although unmarked on the edge of the penalty area. Yamal bamboozled himself. Spain, of course, looking for the insurance of a second goal to allow coach De La Fuente to bring on the riches that he's got off the substitutes bench. Baena. Foul by Bosch. And I was just looking at the midfield replacements that Spain have got at their disposal. Fabian Ruiz of Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona's Gavi, and Arsenal's Martin Zubimendi can't get into this team. That is frightening, not only for Austria today, but everybody else in the tournament. Kobe Jones, Rio Ferdinand, USA and England legends respectively. Ten minutes gone in the second half. And it remains only 1-0. Austria not without hope. Pedri. Baena. Space for Cucurella. Now Rodri. Yamal, Porro. Nice combination. Nobody there in red. Finally an opportunity for Austria to get out. It's too close to Simon.
A fleeting moment is all Austria can muster there with Lima. Cross needed to be so accurate to find Grilic.
And no surprise to see Spain's XG so much higher. Laporte. Marc Cucurella is playing so high now for Spain, almost like a striker down there. Pedri. Just tend to play just a little deeper these days for Spain. Pedri. It's so creative. Cucurella. Chasing shadows here, Austria. Here's Lamal. Has he got something special? Lima says no.
Well, he had an idea in his mind straight away. was, I think, to look as if he was going to curl the effort. Yamal, as Pedri was caught just as he played that pass from Danso. Yamal, as if he's going to curl it and then look to fire it low near post to try and catch out Slager. Lima was excellent in his positioning.
Pedri quickly recovered after that initial knock. Such a wonderful player to watch, Pedri. He can do all the dirty work, he can work so hard to regain possession. We know about his qualities on the ball. He's got touches of Xavi and Iniesta. And of course he would have grown up as a youngster, idolising both. There's going to be another change, 2 changes for Austria. So, departing. Bergeric and Schmidt. Marko Arnautovic has got a goal at this tournament. He's the oldest Austrian player at the World Cup and oldest goal scorer. Marko Arnautovic. And the man whose goal got Austria to the round of 13 with that 96th minute equaliser in the 3-3 draw against Algeria. Kalajic is on as well. So a different look at the top end of the pitch for Austria. Will it bring some reward? Here's Sabitzer. Great cross! And very nearly an introduction with his first touch for Kalajic.
Well, that's what he's in the team for, that height, that aerial threat that he brings. Kukurea again, I think, just does enough to stop Kalajic getting that header downwards and into one of the corners. That's exactly why the changes have been made.
6'7" tall, the Austria substitute. Sasha Kalajic scored with his first touch in that final group match against Algeria. He wasn't too far away from profiting with the header. Great ball it was in by Sabitzer. Now at the other end, here's Jamal setting up Olmo.
Well, it's going to open up, isn't it? With Austria having to be a bit braver in their approach. That's the risk you take.
Here's Pedri. Lamine Yamal covering the ground so well, but the assistant referee decides that he did not keep the ball in. Or was he offside?
Yeah, what a terrific defensive line for Austria there to catch it.
Kalajic, Sabitzer. Arnautovic. Simon need to adjust. Arnautovic feeling plenty of the Spain goalkeeper. Carlos Puyol. Hairstyle hasn't changed down the years, has it? A wonderful servant for Barcelona and Spain.
Not a lot Simon could do, really. He has to go for the header. Arnautovic really should have given up on that and stayed away from the challenge, hurt himself.
When Nyberg has not signalled the second hydration break yet.
Well, here's that chance. Sabitzer, knowing what his forwards wants, curling that in towards goal. Radzic just didn't get the flight. I think Kukure doing enough to stop his jump. Maybe when he looks back, he thinks, could I have done better there? Time my jump, head that down. They're the sort of chances he would always wish for.
The advantage of height was certainly in that man's favour. Kubasi, Laporte, Rodri, Bosch, too long for Arnautovic. Bouncing ball, well read by Lamal. Kubasi, Olmo, Baena, Dani Olmo, Pedri, Porro, maximum concentration here for Austria. Olmo, Baena, Olmo, breaks now for Cucurella and Baena. And Spain have breathing space now in the round of 32 in Los Angeles. Well, they work it oh so well. Spain, they wait and they wait for the space to open up. They find the spare player. It was Olmo to start with. Found its way out towards Baena, and while they can do that on one side, players like Porro can drift in, as he does from the right back position. Excellent from Baena, just to spot the run of Porro, easiest of headers. Perfect position for Porro on the 6-yard line, heading down past Schlager, easiest of goals, similar to the first. They make it 2. That is what Spain is all about. Delight from coach and staff. And huge delight for the man who put Spain 2-0 up with his first senior international goal, Pedro Porro of Tottenham Hotspur. Well, Austria are used to climbing mountains. They've got one now of sizable proportion. Well, they've deserved it. They've been outstanding. Spain. It's been a huge test for Austria defensively. And we have reached our second half hydration break.
নতুন লাক্স ইন্টারন্যাশনাল গ্লুটাবারের ইউনিক চেরি ব্লসম সেন্ট আর গ্লুটাথাইনের গুণে glow up every day. Get Glutaglow.
স্কিন কোটেড ইনসুলেশন, আগুন প্রতিরোধী। তাই ড্রিম হাউস স্কুল প্রজেক্ট হোক বা লাইট প্রজেক্ট, সব রাখে সর্বাধিক নিরাপত্তায় সব সময়। বিজলি কেবলস, নিরাপদ আজীবন। প্রিয় সব দলের মতো স্বাদও থাকুক, ঝাল কিংবা বারবিকিউ, অরিজিনাল অথবা প্রিমিয়ামের ভিন্নতা, কিন্তু সবাই হাতে থাকবে রুচি চানাচুর।
দেশি পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপির কম্বিনেশন তৈরি ফ্রান্স সসের বস।
আস্থায় ব্যাংকিং সহজেই রাখতে মুহূর্তেই হবে ফান্ড ও ওয়ালেট ট্রান্সফার। ক্রেডিট কার্ডের বিল দিন এখনই। ব্র্যাক ব্যাংক, আস্থা অবিচল। স্কিন কোটেড ইনসুলেশন, আগুন প্রতিরোধী। তাই ড্রিম হাউস স্কুল প্রজেক্ট হোক বা লাইট প্রজেক্ট, সব রাখে সর্বাধিক নিরাপত্তায় সব সময়। বিজলি কেবলস, নিরাপদ আজীবন।
তোর ছেলেরা আমাকে কোথায় নিয়ে যাচ্ছে?
এইসব অনুভূতিগুলো ধরে রাখতে দেশ জুড়ে আরো উন্নত নেটওয়ার্ক আপনার জন্য। আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ অফ ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাব। ফিটিং শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন। Which is the world class cable brand. Watching cables, নিরাপদ আগামী সংযোগ।
Rainbow Base, color of joy. স্কিনের হাইড্রেশনের জন্য চাই পন্ড সুপার লাইটার। স্কিনের তৃষ্ণা মেটাও সফট স্কিন পাম্প। Miracles happen. দেশি পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপির কম্বিনেশন তৈরি ফ্রান্স সসের বস।
সারা দেশে সবাই হতে চায় পেমেন্ট চ্যাম্পিয়ন। প্রতি সপ্তাহে 50 জন সর্বোচ্চবার বিকাশ পেমেন্টে জিতে নিচ্ছেন টিভি, স্মার্টফোন, স্মার্ট ওয়াচ সহ আকর্ষণীয় সব প্রাইজ।
আইফেল ইউপিভিসি ডোর এর রয়েছে 40টির বেশি ডাইনামিক ডিজাইন, তাই খরচা নির্ভর আপনার রুচির সাথে মানবে। আইফেল ইউপিভিসি ডোর, স্থায়িত্ব ও সৌন্দর্যের প্রতীক।
It was in very good goal scoring internationally. Rosalia, we were watching there. So many of the stars have turned out again here in Los Angeles. Here's Kubasi. It's a free kick to Spain. Well, if you're Austria, I guess all you need to do is look at the game yesterday. Belgium came from this exact position to level, and you can decide, need to find some inspiration from somewhere. For Spain, in this position, will just keep the ball and frustrate. This ball is going to stay in. Brian Torres, who was making inroads there. This is the first time, incidentally, Spain have led by 2 goals in a World Cup knockout match since a round of 16 game against Switzerland back in 1994. You could see their domination, and they're not flattered by this lead. Well, we saw Belgium come from 2 goals down against Senegal in this round of 32. Of Austria, not the quality, not there. Arnautovic was coming for the short pass. They win good possession here, but immediately the referee's whistle halts the momentum.
I'm not quite sure he got that one right. The referee probably couldn't quite see Arnautovic just poked that away from Rodri.
A little bit of cramp for the Spain captain. Cucurella. Pedri. Porro. Easy pass was for Yamal there. Pedro Porro looking for a longer through ball. Well, they'd be delighted with the performance. Fuente. He's tweaked things a little bit since he became head coach of Spain. The famous tiki-taka is still in evidence, but sometimes they don't mind having slightly less possession than they had under previous coaches and look for those devastating quick transitions. His temper's getting a little frayed down there. The referee staying out of it and keeping his eye on things.
I think this is just where the referee has to try and take control, because you'll have the frustrations of the Austrians who are trying to quicken things up. Spain, of course, will want to slow things down.
Not had a booking in this game so far. Two captains were been spoken to there by our Swedish official, Ben Nyberg. The attendance being shown inside the LA Stadium. It's a full house, it's just over 70,000. What an absolute privilege and joy it's been to cover matches here in LA. This FIFA World Cup 2026. Arnautovic looking to find a way through. No space.
I'm not too sure Arnautovic was necessarily trying to win the penalty there. I think they felt it was a corner. We've just got to try and get it up towards the two front players they've brought on. See if we can put some pressure on Spain with a goal without conceding another.
Nice layout from Oyatama. Cutting through Austria for a moment or two here. Spain want the corner, and they're going to get the corner. Hard work now, it really is, for Kevin Danso and company at the back. With and without the ball, Spain have been excellent today.
I think they've shown everybody that they are serious contenders for this year's FIFA World Cup.
So 18-year-old Lamine Yamal, Spain go in search of a third. Ferran Torres have arrived at the far post.
They arrived late to this delivery from Yamal. Couldn't quite steer it back. Chukwuemeka again, maybe just doing enough, just a little shove, and you're about to head it.
Well, we're heading towards the 79th minute. They're really going to have to take huge risks now. Austria, no other option. And it could well leave gaps at the back for Spain to add to their advantage. Vanna. Danso. Alaba. Can they produce something here, Austria? All in the way of the cross. Sabitzer. Bosch. This is nice. Classic from Austria. Doesn't lead to anything in the end, but that's what they need more of.
Yeah, it was better. Quick football in and around the penalty area. Chukwuemeka in the end, just trying to wrap his foot around that effort. Couldn't quite do it. They're in the way.
Such a fit, athletic team to go with their admirable skill range, Spain. They've got all the tools. Here's Torres. Rodri. Marino. Oyazabal. Cucurella. Lovely side road pass. Final ball there from Ferran Torres, getting Spain down.
Oh, such good football, wasn't it? Cucurella in towards Ferran Torres. He was just trying to lend it to Pedri, who just didn't read what Ferran Torres wanted to do. Otherwise, that would have been a stunning build-up goal.
Well, you and I have watched so many minutes at this brilliant FIFA World Cup 2026, but I would lay claim to a strong argument this has been one of the best performances we've seen from any nation so far.
Yeah, pretty complete is what I would say, offensively and defensively from Spain. I think just reminding everyone why they were one of the favourites before the tournament.
Austria looking that one back. And those are dangerous balls into the Spain penalty area.
Well, that's what they have to do. Poshi was coming in over the top of Cucurella, who just about does enough, but again, you get back into it, he has to head that at least on the target, hoping to score. Misdirected it.
Here's Yamin Lamau. Torres. That's good work from Danso. 8 minutes plus stoppage time for Austria to score twice and keep the back door closed. Austria still haven't had an attempt on target. Cucurella. Spain enjoying huge possession again. Still can't quite believe how debutants Cabo Verde got a goalless draw against Spain in the opening group match, but what a wonderful performance in this extended World Cup, of course, to 48 nations this year. And Cabo Verde through to play the reigning champions Argentina in the round of 32. Wonderful from them. Stefan Posch gets the game's first yellow card. And there's going to be a substitution apiece in a moment. Stefan Posch is going to be replaced by Alexander Prass of Austria. Spain are going to bring on Barcelona midfielder Gavi momentarily. Pedri. Marino. Well, from a personal point of view, I was very lucky to cover Spanish football in the years when Barcelona dominated with Xavi, Iniesta and the rest. But this football is not far short of that. Near the goal, looking to put the game out of swing. Quite brilliant goal line clearance from Kevin Danso, I think, who was back there.
Well, Yamal, can't believe he hasn't got a goal in this game. Schlager in the first half, and then what an opportunity here this was. David Alaba stunning to get back and help his goalkeeper out with his right foot. And Yamal swivels.
Captain's job from Alaba. Lamine Yamal making way for Gavi. Here's Arnautovic. Offside against the 37-year-old who's finishing his playing career with Cervena Svečna from Red Star Belgrade. There's Alaba's excellent positioning.
Fantastic, wasn't it? Sometimes as a defender, you've got to do that. Help your goalkeeper.
Arnautovic is keeping a promise to his former coach, the late Sinisa Mihajlovic, in playing for Cervena Svečna. Promised Mihajlovic he would do so, and has kept that promise. Confirmation of the arrival of Prass. Played only 30 minutes at this World Cup prior to today. Spain closing in on a round of 16 matchup against either Portugal or Croatia. And that was last-ditch defending there for Austria. Kalajic, good-looking cross, a little too deep. Was brilliant defending from Lima to prevent the Spain third goal. 3 minutes to go, plus added time. Space opens up for Spain, and they're preparing 2 more substitutes. Gavi. This game management now for Spain. They don't really need to force the issue. So good at keeping possession. Marino.
And with a team that keeps the ball so well, which takes that hope away. Bucharest!
Sociedad striker gets his fourth of the competition.
They have purely taken advantage of the fatigue of the Austrian side. Oyarzábal, so much open space to run into. Cucurella is once again on the left-hand side, finding a perfect cross. And just look at the way he opens his body up here. Just so well crafted from Oyarzábal, the deadly finisher. He wasn't going to miss taking up that chance. Beautifully opened up his body for them to celebrate. Penelope and the Spanish fans.
The gloss of a superb performance. No wonder Cortez and all the Spanish fans wearing smiles today. Of course, so many Spaniards live in Los Angeles. It's been a day to remember for them. We've got a close and personal look at one of the tournament favourites today. And putting down a marker to the rest. And they are in hot form right now. Mikel Oyarzábal becoming the first Spanish player to score 2 goals in a World Cup knockout match since the great Emilio Butragueño back in the 80s. It's a scoreline that reflects Spain's dominance. Simon sees them all the way. Unai Simon's now gone 520 minutes without conceding a goal in the World Cup. It's a new record, surpassing that of Walter Zinga back in 1990. Two more changes for Spain. Laporte is going to make way. A late run out in the sunshine in Los Angeles for Marc Cubil, first appearance in the competition so far this year. Fabien Ruiz of Paris Saint-Germain gets the final few moments. Just about to step into the fourth of 6 additional minutes, minimum of 6. So we all know that Ralph Rangnick's side will scrap and fight. As you touched on earlier, you've just got to hold your hands up and say too good.
Yeah, they've been outclassed. And Spain haven't given them a lot. Defensively, they've been so solid.
Only two nations have kept 5 successive clean sheets at a World Cup. It will be 5 in a row for Spain, 4 of them here. The only other teams to achieve that, Italy back in 1990, and Switzerland twice in 2006 and 2010. And they might help themselves to another yet. Ferran Torres across goal, but nobody can arrive in red for that. They are relentless in their attacking play.
Yeah, just took it too wide, Ferran Torres. His first touch wasn't good enough. Made it difficult for the strike, dragging it wide.
And there was no shame for Austria losing to a side of this quality. Just so happy the Austrians to be back at the top table of world football for the first time in 28 years. A late run out for Arnautovic, his last taste of it. Unless he'll become another of the 40-year-olds plus. And Spain themselves, Portugal and Morocco co-host the next edition. Looks as fresh now as he did in the opening minutes. Marino. Deep into the final minute of stoppage time. Alaba, Lima, Danso. Glenn Nyland brings this round of 32 match to a conclusion. Huge joy for the massive Spanish contingent in Los Angeles today. A quite wonderful performance, individually special for Mikel Oyarzabal, taking his tally of goals in the competition to 4, with 2 of his Spain goals today. The other is first in a senior international shirt for Pedro Porro. They dominated from the opening kick. They left their goalkeeper a mere spectator for much of the piece. They've laid down a marker. Opponents for the trophy who've watched today will be thinking, right, this is a serious Spain challenge. They're through to the round of 16 against Portugal or Croatia. They've beaten Austria by 3 goals to 0.
Mexican. আপনার অনুভূতিটা কেমন?
অনেক ভালো খেলছে, জিতছি, ইনশাল্লাহ দেখা যাক সামনে কি হয়। আশা রাখতেছি, যদিও ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ আনপ্রেডিক্টেবল এবং আরো ভালো ভালো টিম আছে, ফ্রান্স আছে, আর্জেন্টিনা আছে, পর্তুগাল আছে, তো দেখা যাক কি হয়।
আচ্ছা, কালকে যে আর্জেন্টিনার খেলা আছে, ঠিক আছে, কালকে কি ব্যবধানে আপনি গোল মনে করতেছেন হতে পারে?
কেপো ভার্দে খুবই ডিফেন্সিভ একটা টিম, যদি তারা কোনো মতে ফার্স্ট একটা গোল দিয়ে দেয় আর্জেন্টাইন ডিফেন্সের ভুলের কারণে, তাহলে আর্জেন্টিনার জন্য ম্যাচটা জিতা কঠিন হবে। কিন্তু সর্বোপরি আর্জেন্টিনার গোল দেওয়াটা কঠিন হবে। তবুও মেসি আছে ওই দলে, সম্ভবত 2-0 হবে স্কোর লাইনটা।